Folks, hello and welcome here. Believe it or not, 1.0 for Foundation is coming. The game is finally leaving early access and it has been there for quite some time and it has always been a lot of fun. I have played this game in a series ages ago and I had a great time. I'm a really big fan of this game and today we're going to check out a freshly released demo. You can play this yourself as well. It doesn't go all too far in terms of progression, but it is 1.0, which is more than what you have even if you own this game in early access like I do. This means we're going to just do a one-off video today where we explore building, we take a quick look at everything, how things changed, whether they are beautiful or not, and I gotta tell you, they are very much beautiful, and we're going to go from there just exploring everything. And then on the 31st of January, when the actual 1.0 version releases, we're going to be there, of course, as well and play this game. Now, for starters, if you've never played this is a city builder. You have very autonomous stuff going on. It is somewhat settler-like in the sense that everything kind of just happens, it looks cute, there's a lot going on, and you just do the broad strokes of building, and then they get to work on their own. Today, we could do the tutorial, so this is involved and included in the 1.0 demo as well, but I turned it off because I know this game will be fine. I already selected this tile right here. You can, just for the record, if you cannot tell here, you can actually create your own map, so this comes with a full-on map generator and everything, and you can at least do a hills map with various settings. Today, we will start setting up a small settlement right here. You do this by putting down the village center, and I really do mean the village center, right like this. You can see you now get this kind of ghost right here, and you can turn this as you see fit. We're gonna probably put, as is tradition, the marketplace around this. And there they are, our small people. We have Uruana, we have Godram, and so many others. I don't think visually these changed at all. Like, this is literally as they were in the early access version. I love their look. Honestly, I really think graphically speaking, 1.0 is better than early access, but the characters always look pretty good. Now, first things first, we need a builder's workshop, and I think we're going to place this guy like right here. I want him relatively centrally as well. This one is built instantly, whereas then the other ones actually need some builders. You can see right here, I can assign these and boom, all of these folks are now builders and can actually build stuff. Right, now to get the city going, I'll be honest with you, I don't think we're gonna do a forester's camp, mostly because I want to get rid of this forest. Maybe over here or over there we will have actual trees planted. You know what, actually, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna place, let's say, the forester in this particular region. The entire forest in this area will remain. I'm just going to turn it so that it actually looks towards the main city here. But then the actual city would be, if we played that much, which we surely won't be, would be right here and there. So you can already do some nice city planning, right? This entire thing here would become our core urban area. Which means that there are a ton of actual trees that I can take down and that I will be taking down with this lumber camp right there. And I think I would like a sawmill also in this. Actually, I want the sawmill for the future, right? Very close to the forester so that we can long-term move everything in that area. Right, and once you put that down, right, obviously they're going to start building sooner rather than later, but I also do want to gather some berries for as long as they still are in this particular region. I don't know, are you depletable? I think berries are depletable, but I could be wrong here. Anyway, we need this, and then last but not least, a stone cutting camp. So let me just place you down right here. Man, I really like that we can do this here with the ghosts. I think that is a really, really good mechanic. And now, obviously, in this game, so you place resource harvesting operations, and then you need to tell them where to actually do that. So, for example, we're going to do wood cutting. In this entire area, I want to get rid of all of this, so that we can clear that and have a city there. Whereas the forester, at least for the time being, will plant new things all the way over there. And then we're going to move our wood cutting operation there last, but very much not least. And with that, we can just start watching, I think. When you play this game, you will notice very quickly a core element of this game is that things are just incredibly cute. Take a look at them. They start working now. Oh yeah, these are the plans for the lumberjack, and then they get on their way to get the resources and actually start building. The way they walk will determine where your actual pathways are. I'm pretty sure when they stop walking there and for a very long time haven't done it, they will also actually get rid of those paths. So they will kind of phase in and out of existence. And this lumber camp is already done. Let me just put some workers in there. So this right here, you can already kind of see it. This right here will become a proper path the more often they actually walk it, which is really cute. You do not draw any of your own roads in this game. It is entirely determined by your people. You can sometimes run into a situation, let me just warn you here, where they take a path that you don't want them to take. In that case, you would put on a forbidden zone, and then they would just stop walking there. So for example, if you don't want them to cut corners, you can just put down a forbidden zone, and they will be listening to you. But of course, for now, they are just getting to work. Look at this little guy. My god, I like this game a lot. This game in Manor Lords has a lot in common in terms of how interesting it is to just watch your population do things, how cool it is to place certain buildings rather than placing them in particular, you know, like other city builders, because you just need them. Obviously, we always place buildings because we need them. But man, there is just some life to this particular game, very similar to Manor Lords. Man, I am praying for the Manor Lords update. I am so eager to play with rivers. There's so much history there to talk about. Even they added them ages ago, but the Himmelsteich, so the lake that doesn't have any entry or exit point, right? That kind of stuff. So much history and so many interesting elements there. I am waiting for the new map update, and man, then we're gonna be playing. I'm super eager to be playing. The sawmill isn't finished yet. I assume that is because we need workers in the stonecutter camp. They are basically done here. They brought all the resources. They just actually need to build it. Alright, and now that we have the basic supply... so that is wood, that is stone, that is berries, and of course that is planks. A couple of people are arriving. We'll just let them stay. Right now, they don't have any living spaces, but don't worry about that too much. We further need to go on, and I think we actually need to research something. So the way you do this in this game is that you have this research tree that is sorted by labor, kingdom, clergy, and then the common path. So this is just generic stuff, and this is associated with one strata of your particular society. For example, there's a manor house here, which we will most certainly build. We can't do the castle, we can't do the monastery. Those are massive buildings if you really build them up, but you can see we can purchase a bunch of things right here. I'm gonna go with, I don't think we need fishing right away. I will definitely take the storage and then the village fence, just because it looks nice. That's okay. We're gonna get those because then we can build them and actually kind of start trading. We can have proper supply routes and so on. So let's take a look at this. We will have certain storage areas, obviously close to the city center where the market will be. We will also be having our granary. Man, just talking about this, I'm like, I need to play Manor Lords again. I really do. Anyway, we're gonna build these. And then a warehouse as well that can take up planks right next to the building house here, right? To the building camp, making it so that they can very easily grab whatever they need. And then they can go from there. Can I actually place this here? That seems... yeah, I was about to say, that seems unlikely. So they're gonna walk now a slightly different path because I'm blocking this one, but that's completely okay given the fact that we do need a warehouse. Because they can now bring centrally needed kind of accommodations or supplies to a central location. Let me actually assign people here to the mines. You're mining. We got Beatrice and Ermengarda, both of which will be our mining squad here. They're going to take care of these stones. Anyway, the point being, we want to centralize our resources so that we can then, for example, you know, the building hut, but also the traders, the market, and so on. They have a central location where they can grab things and just work with them. The more central it is, the easier will it be for you. You can see now here the forest is already coming down. Ah, you love to see it. And didn't I assign anybody to the... oh, the sawmill isn't even finished yet. Right, we are missing stone. We may just have to wait a little bit more here, just to get all the necessary resources, right? And you know what, while we do this, I'm gonna give them, after I draw up the market location, I'm gonna give them actual housing immediately. Let's set up a food stall. Right now we really only need one stall, I think. What we actually need to do here is turn this one around. We want to have the market facing towards the primary square. Then we're gonna put up a red market tent. This is where our dear worker will be standing. Beautiful. What else do we have here? Roofed stable, woodshed. Interesting. So mostly decoration, a food stall sign. It would give us basically currency with, who is that? With the green guys? With labor. I don't really care. That's fine. You're already governing in Britain. I don't think you need a sign here as well. Good joke. And so everything is now starting to come together, right? We're getting a market. We're getting these storage areas. Obviously, long-term, this does not exactly make this area, you know, entertaining or good to live at. We will want to move that away once we have a different supply of stone. But for the time being, that is okay. Now, take a look at this. Basically, the way they build their houses here is also done autonomously. You draw a zone and they decide to settle there, and that is it. You can, of course, also make this larger or smaller, right? You see it right here. I'm just going to draw a general shape like so, and then you can see that they... oh, did not mean to do that. Okay, wait a minute. There we go. They are going to put down their houses and then wait for a builder to actually build. Without housing, we are in a situation where nobody wants to migrate here, and that would just be terrible. Take a look at this. I love what they did here with actually putting stuff in there to showcase that this is a work in progress. And now we have this little house. Take a look at this. They changed the graphics of the house by like a ton. It really did change there. And I don't have anybody that I can assign there, but that's okay. Sooner rather than later, it's gonna work itself out. The point being, all of these houses, we cannot determine how they are built, where they stand, and so on and so forth. But from what I have seen, in the 1.0 version, it is a lot more dynamic and interesting. Oh my god! Look at these little rocks. To make sure that it is stable. That is so cool. Man, I like the graphical revamp that they did. It's not too different. Like, it's not a stark contrast to what it used to look like in early access. But it looks so much cuter now. Oh, that is such a low house entry there. Very cute. Anyway, I think the last thing that we need before we are relatively well set up is the well. I need a well so that everybody here doesn't die. That's a pretty good incentive, right? I like it anyway. Let me put you straight up here in the path, right? Everybody can just directly go from there. And look at that. So we got these houses now. This could become a major road. We want to keep that open, I suppose. I wonder what the upgrades actually look like. So you can see we got massive upgrades here. We have high quality housing, and then also we have density upgrades. I wonder, because there is a gap here. Would that gap remain there? Can I plan for this to be a road, or can I not do that and this gap will just basically disappear the moment that they upgrade in density? I don't know, but look at that. We are building our very first cute little settlement right here. This is almost a Rundling. It's basically a Rundling village. They're settling directly across this central location right here. Now we have to realize, obviously, this game is not nearly as realistic. It doesn't want to be as realistic as Manor Lords is, but you can still come up with exactly the right shapes. Man, you know what? Am I the only one? I got infected by the walk-around-itis, okay? I want every city builder. I played Pioneers of Begonia not too long ago. I played like all of the missions that they actually offered there. I want to walk around in every city builder that I have. I even want to do this in City Skylines 2, and there are a couple of mods that kind of try to facilitate this, but obviously nothing gets close to you doing that in Manor Lords. That game is, that footprint, I think, of that game is quite significant. Now we are pretty slow here, actually, at doing the stone cutting. I think I just gotta kick a couple of these folks out, put them in here so that we can get that job done quite a bit faster. Oh, and look at that, the granary is coming along so nicely, and you can really see it here as well. You want to elevate this so that rats and other type of vermin cannot get in that, you know, might be troublesome for your food stability. Oh, them changing this so that the in-progress house looks so much more interesting is such a great change. It's not that much, because you don't interact with the partially finished building, right? But still, it has a decent impact. Oh, I did not even see that we didn't have the sawmill staffed at all. That's obviously not great. I don't even think I need the forester camp. That is just for the future. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that don't have houses. Obviously, we need a lot more houses, you know, still cutting all of that stuff down. But as we do it, I'm going to continue placing down houses. And then you make them happier, you deliver water to them, different types of food, and so on and so forth. It's a classic routine here for city builders. But it is just all a little bit cozier than it is in other circumstances. Is the granary done? Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to store berries in there. That's the only thing that we actually do have in there for the time being. Then I'm going to put transporters in here. They will want planks and all that stuff. So everything that we're producing, basically. And you know what? Let me actually widen this out. I want more residential housing there already. And maybe even here in the back, if you're willing to place down a couple of houses there. This just... Man, they made a couple of iterations, really, just looking at this. They added grass on the actual plot. They added different fences, I think, and obviously different models. And just look at this. It looks so much better than the previous version of it. This game always managed to look cute, but I really think they took it to the next level here. And you know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead already and place these down. This camp obviously will be going away before long, because it's really only there to get rid of the trees directly surrounding it. And after that, we can take care of whatever else needs to be taken care of. This can then also just become a normal village center. But as you can see, we are progressing nicely. What are these symbols? Missing zone. Oh, right. I haven't told the forester camp what to do. And the reforestation area would be in this particular area. So once we actually put somebody in there to work, they're going to take care of that. They will make sure that this always stays forested and long term. Oh, and look at that, we got new migrants coming. We would want to, I think, expand that zone into like this entire area that just becomes a nature reserve, if you will. Look at that. They are coming here because they would like to live in our gorgeous, gorgeous village. It is the most beautiful place on earth. That is what they say anyway. I've heard that. People say that about my village. Let me check this. Should we buy anything else? We cannot fish, so meaningless. We could build a manor house, but I feel like we are not quite there yet. That doesn't really seem worth it. Could I open... What do I need to open a trade route? So in this game, you have off-map trade route. There's nobody else on this map. I think there may be... Last time I played, I don't think that they were bandits or anything. You could train soldiers and send them out to fight. I can't remember whether you can get invaded. Maybe you can, maybe I'm wrong. But basically, you can trade with folks overseas, and when you do that, obviously you can make money, and you need that money because you are paying taxes to the king. And I think we do want a trade agreement with Northbury, because we can sell them planks, and we can also sell them polished stone, and we get the more complex tools back from them. That is, I think, the idea here. You see a lot of stuff like the beer, the honey, the wax, so the candles as well, I think, that can only be made if you have a monastery. I'm gonna take this trade route, and then once we have this actual warehouse, we're going to go ahead and start exporting stuff as well. For the time being, I'm just accepting migrants 24/7. That is everything that we're doing. Let's see here, what else can we do? Do I have some beautification? We could build a church. Again, we're gonna do that, I think, in this video as well. I can build some village fences, some hedges. Oh, you can actually surround your village by a hedge. It would be a hedged-in village, which is, of course, a real historical thing, right? They would basically go... Oh, this looks so cute right here. This entire set of houses. But they would basically go and put a hedge around the village to show the actual demarked lines, the demarcation of where the village borders start and end. And there is the well. We are now fully supplied. We are producing everything quite well. Maybe we could even produce wood at a faster rate. Although, since we do want to sell the planks, I think we should be okay. Right, because that is ultimately the end product. Now, with this well, our citizens are in luck, because they no longer have to just die because they don't have access to any clean water. This means that we can now actually start getting up our happiness, which then determines whether people, you know, migrate into our town, which is obviously vital, well, you know, to get more people to show up here. I might move this as soon as possible. I might even just put down another one so that we produce more wood. You know what, I'll do it right now. Screw it, why not? Place this thing down, and that will be built very, very quickly. So the warehouse is now configured. We got the granary configured, and... Do I need to set up a second market stall? Is there even any that I would want to build? Let me double check this. If I click on you, can I start... Oh yeah, edit buildings. So basically, many buildings in this game are modular, and you can decide when to put it down, what to put down, and so on. Right now we only have a food stall, and we don't have two variants of food. I don't have fish because we're not coastal, which means I'm not going to change anything here. But we are going to build a ton of modular buildings going forward, like for example the rustic church. And speaking of that, actually, we're going to buy the manor house. So with this manor house you can then collect taxes, which means you desperately need it. So we're going to unlock this right now. And you know what, let's unlock fishing as well, just so that I can then actually, once we buy our second plot, start fishing over here in the hope. Do you see any fish in there? Oh, I can see it when I have the actual building. Man, these fish are far away. I was hoping we would have some fish here. The other lake is all the way over there. That is quite far. Okay. Who the hell is this guy? Is he a trader? Oh, he is a trader, and he picked up a couple of planks. And we made money. He got 5 planks, we got $5. Very, very nice. Now, let me see here. I do want fish, and barely doesn't include. I'm going to buy this nonetheless. So, basically, in this game, you start buying territory. Then you will have to pay taxes on said territory. Which means the more you buy, the more taxes do you pay, and, well, I guess you get the drift, right? Is it this way around? What is the correct way of this build? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, I can place it. Let's do some fishing. And while we are at it, let's draw quite the large amount now. This should work, right? If we need a couple more houses, we can get them right there. All of this is also going to go, and then this will remain the actual forest here. I think we're doing quite okay. Our happiness is going up. Do we have enough berries? Oh, barely. Wait, how many do we have here? 0. That's not good. Get the berries. Yep, I just didn't assign everybody there. You can see we have a ton of berries lying around, so we should be golden. What is this? Wood for the elders. The elders are looking to repair a few bridges across the region. One of their merchants noticed your woodcutting camps and wants to make you an offer. Sell woods to the elders. Accumulate 50 inside storage facilities, current amount 0. And we get labor and... What is the other thing? Is that just money? Oh yeah, just money. Okay, 75 bucks. I do like this. I'm not gonna negotiate with them. We seem to be terrible at negotiating. I don't know who the elders are, quite frankly. But these are these mini quests that you can get. And what I'm gonna do right away is I will actually tell my folks we will stop selling the... there you go. We're gonna stop selling the planks, because if we have full planks, we can have more normal wood as well, since we're not using it up anymore, right? So let's store as much wood in here as we can. Maybe even stop building for a second, and then from there, we can deliver that stuff to the elders. They fix up some bridges, although I wouldn't really know where. There's no rivers. There is no river on this map, so maybe a bridge like this, which would be kind of odd, but hey, you do you, buddy. Oh, we got another one coming. What is this? Meeting the elders. The elders, the much respected leading men and women among the region's they came to me with a request before even introducing themselves. I don't like these guys. Laborers need to kind of put their head down and watch out that I don't cut it off. Heard of your village and wish to make themselves useful to your people. They wrote welcoming gifts, mainly tools to ease your village's lot, then pledge their assistance. Oh, actually, I'll take it back. That was amazing. So basically the way this works is you need influence to unlock this stuff, but to be allowed to unlock it, you need splendor. And this happens if you build one of the buildings that they enjoy. In this case, we have to build a manor. Just look at this cute little village. It is very busy here, I will admit, but I think it's still okay. I think we'll be fine. Are you actually accumulating some wood in here now? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, we are kind of getting up there, but I think I started actually saving up far too late. Potentially, yeah, okay, I'm failing this quest. That sucks so bad. Oh no. Or am I? We're at 49. Come on, hurry up. I need one more. Oh, we did it. We are geniuses. I never doubted my citizens. You're all getting a raise. I love you. And that means that I can tell these houses that they can actually, you're allowed to finish. You are allowed to no longer be homeless. Congratulations. Now, and this does bring us to the prime time thing, and I think we're going to place it down exactly right here. We'll have a relatively central perspective, right? Looks pretty decent within the inhabited zone, and now we get to build something, and you can see it right here. I'm going to pop down a great hall very much first. Okay, so basically, you can make this choice to place this building in whatever orientation you want, and then you add on to it. Modular buildings is a huge part of this game, like I mentioned. Anyway, I'm going to make you a bit taller at the very least. Then we're going to put down a nice little chimney. I could make this guy taller maybe as well, but you know what? I would rather have the weather vane. There we go. Now that is a building. Okay, so we got this. We could build this simple vestibule, a tiny room that should be sufficient for a broom or two. Doesn't really do it for me. Oh, that's a fat tower. No, I'm good with the smaller tower. Oh, I need to add it. I see. I'm gonna put a tax office into this as well. And this one I would like to be smaller, right? I don't want it to be all too impressive. If I place it like this, does that look okay? This does not look okay. Okay, don't do that. And I think this is the manor house. Not my prettiest work, but I think this is the manor house plus the tax office that we will be building. And boom. This means we are going to be looking at this manor house here pretty centrally here, man. This is just so damn cute. Look, oh, look at this. I love this game's aesthetics, I really do. Now, of course, these type of buildings, so you know, everything related to functional buildings and then what you can do with them, the modular nature of it, that becomes more complex as you go. The castles, the training facilities, the monasteries, all that stuff is massive, and you can build really just, you know, to a point that makes you happy. You have a lot of freedom, and rightfully so, I would say. This is basically the strong suit of this game, and we are now finishing this market stall as well, which will make it so that we can actually offer fish. We should already have some here. There it is, 12. Making people even happier. And look at that, they already started working on it. Of course, it requires a ton of resources, but we got plenty. And this will allow me then to get the labor splendor, and the labor splendor will allow me to get all of this stuff. Some decorations, a treasury, village fortifications, a bailiff office. What is the difference then? I just built a tax office, right? Generates revenue by collecting taxes from your villages. Allows you to name a bailiff who can fulfill various mandates at the Great Hall. I see, okay. This right here I think is just like monument stuff. Let's take a look at the actual happiness here. So this guy has water, he has rustic food, and he has housing. He needs refined food, meat, bread, or cheese, huh? And then he needs services. He needs a church. Yeah, I want to give him a church. And you know what? I'm going to do this. I think I already marked it, didn't I? I did. Okay, I need to exclude this, actually. Give me the forester camp, and then let me draw the reforestation zone. Do not reforest this. This becomes the church. Do reforest all of this. Okay, this up here is our wood cutting area. The church could also go there. I don't know. There are a lot of locations the church should go, or could go. Theoretically, I would probably like want it more here or there. But having it very close to the market, it just seems natural, doesn't it? So I think we might just be doing that. Let's see here. I think I can already plan this out anyway. We can build a rustic church. I think they changed the look of this. It didn't always look like this. They have multiple models, basically. Now it's just wood, isn't it? That's pretty interesting. So, let's place the church. Like so. And I can't remember. I looked this up once. I read a paper on the how churches were built, like on average. And I'm like, I don't know, something like this. Let's make you a little bit taller. And then we could lead in there. I'm going to lead people in through this door. And then we're going to put a wooden cross on top of this church. Rustic statue. Man, this is some cool stuff. Basically, the amount of room that you have in this building makes it so how many people can attend service. That is what this does. So if you have a minor and a major, you know, this kind of small little thing here. I'm going to attach this to this church, and I think we're going to build it exactly like this. It got everything it needs, a bell tower, interior access, and a room. You can, of course, add more to this later, but for the time being, here's our church. Absolutely. Oh, and that's interesting. So I think what the tower actually provides is passive light fortification. Cover an area with light fortification without taking any watchmen's or combatants' time. I don't know how fortifications work in this game. I actually don't. I'm looking at this and I have no idea. I hope the tax collector, by the way, will save me. We are doing very poorly right now. We are not rich, we are very poor. Oh, what's this? Churches of the Faith. Words of your village's first church have reached the clergy. They appreciate your dedication to the faith and thus hold you in high regard. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. Sadly, I cannot purchase that or any of your stuff, so I hate you. I hate the church. You heard it here first. If you can forget for just a second that this village is almost bankrupt, this looks quite idyllic, doesn't it? Everybody's just, in German we say wuseln around. Basically means they're just kind of going all over the place like ants. Doing their jobs. Me not having to care for them. So we do not have a butcher, and we do not have a hunter. And once we have this stand, we can also have somebody working there, creating food for us. Right, and now that the bailiff office is finished, we can name a bailiff. Job learning speed is increased by 10%, so that makes it so that they work more efficiently. Trade price bonus of 10%. Don't really care. Trade price bonus of... No, you know what? Boom. I'm just going to make it so that we are better at working. Bailiff appointed. A sense of duty sweeps through the village as your bailiff steps into office. As your trusted right hand, they are sworn to uphold your will and laws across the land. What is this? A message from the kingdom. The kingdom acknowledges your hard work in establishing a set. Thank you. $100 for nothing. I appreciate that. That is so generous. Promote villages to higher status. Unavailable. Get the full game to unlock this. No, you... That is why. I can't do it. Because they don't let me upgrade them. So basically, all you can do in this is trade. You can exclusively trade and technically, I guess, discuss a levy with your villagers. You summon people to the Great Hall to discuss a potential levy. The villagers don't look too happy about giving away their hard-earned coin, but you know they will pay if they have to. Sure. But also, I would have liked to upgrade them to serfs. So we now know that is not something that you can do, which means we're gonna finish this video by doing some farming. I want to do some farming, 100%. You know what, I would like to do some farming over here. That's cute. Is basically 2 wheat farms. One right here, that is perfect. And then we're gonna put another wheat farm a bit further up there. And I want to have it bordering this exact road. There you go. And then from there, we're going to have a windmill, and I'm not sure, right? There is like efficiency attached to this as well, if I'm not mistaken. You want to have it like in a relatively high up location. I like to have it like here, right? This is like the village entry point. You know, the entire lore about windmills. We talked about this for manor lords. We're just continuing that here. And then, of course, inside of the city, we will have our bakery. Now, this is the backyard, if I'm not mistaken, and this is the actual front. Yep, you can see the sign right there. We're gonna place this as cute can be right there, and we're gonna have a farm right here and a farm right there. They supply it to them, and then, of course, you get it to the bakery. We're gonna have a cute little farm aligned with this pathway, which makes it so that we can actually place down, yeah, look at that, a bunch of rope fences as well. I can already tell you, if you're looking for a game where you just go around and build beautification stuff, it's this game. Take a look at this. You come into the city, you go down, of course, pass by the old shack and the farm. You gotta get rid of all of these trees here, or maybe even turn this into like forbidden areas so that they start walking here. You know what, I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna forbid all of this. Do not walk here. I don't want you walking there. I want you walking here. I think that would look a lot nicer. Or like walk in a better position. Anywhere but here. Walking at the beach is kind of insane. Honestly, I was really hoping we could at least do commoners. Just because with commoners then you can actually start taxation and that kind of stuff, right? But being able to build a farm, it's pretty good. So, we can paint a crop field, and I'm going to do this very, very carefully. I wanted exactly even smaller here, like so. I think this will look nice. Actually, I would like to delete, like, here. Yes! Okay, there you go. And then, on this one, I want the crop field to be right here. Look at that. That will be... oh, so cute. God, I love cute buildings. And then we're going to have the actual additional field right here. And then you're going to enter. Oh, you can't have it where they hunt? I might just delete the hunting zone there, honestly, but it's fine, whatever. We're going to have the road right here, accompanied, of course, by the fields. That will be cute as hell. Wait, so am I seeing this correctly then? That, like, you can literally not run the tax office? Why do they let me build it? Why do they let me build it if I can't do that? I can discuss a levy, I can't discuss this one. So, yeah, no steady taxes, only ever the levy. Well, it's a shame, but... oh, and I didn't realize you can change the time as you see fit. That is so cool. Look at rainy, look at the night. Oh my god. I hope you can see this on YouTube properly as well. Night is always like a bit... oh, I wish there were more light sources. You got light sources right here? I need light sources all the way over here. But look at dusk. That is so beautiful. And then, of course, day, as we're used to. I did not see this until... and yeah, look at that. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We're getting now these beautiful fields. We have a nice limitation here with these couple of fences. And, of course, we have a pathway that leads towards the kingdom and then a pathway that leads towards the city. I got rid of a couple of these trees right here, although, again, we would have to clean this up if we really wanted to make this beautiful. And then you enter and you come towards our proper... well, it's not an urban core, but our village core. It's a ton of buildings. But again, normally this would already be a bit more centralized, a bit more urban. They would be commoners, not just serfs. I like playing this game, and the way I play this game basically is also that I have a couple of tiny villages all around the map rather than one mega village. And then, of course, my urban center, but again, not as big as, you know, it might be. I'm really eager to see this, actually, and we're going to send it off here, I think, with this site. Once this grows to be an actual kind of field, and look at this cute little thing right here. Once this grows to be, you know, a proper wheat field, we're gonna call it a day, and I hope that this gave you a good first impression of Foundation, a game that comes out in 1.0. You can play the demo right now. It comes out in 1.0 in January, the 31st of January, and look at it grow. It's just so cute.